Sock Paso, it's your man. Welcome to another edition of Sus Maho Radio, the one and only radio anime Sekai show. The one and only anime radio show in the entire Sekai. Usually with a host named DN, who's much better than this, but it's actually terrible. You would think after 30 editions of this wonderful show, I would get the intro down, but you know what? Sometimes otakus, I'm making excuses. I'm just terrible and unprepared because the script is funny, but it's always flipped. I am here. We're back for another episode. Today's episode, we are talking top 6 anime powers that you would want, and we're gonna rank them in order of what would be most applicable and what would be the lamest. I'm going on my own scale. Some of you may not agree, but it is what it is. We're doing just a tip where we are talking about To Be Hero. We're talking some Fire Force, other things. We're jumping into the awards of the week. Today, we don't have no waifu goddess Isekai. Today, the big focus is these anime powers conversation. I'm real excited to jump into it because I saw this video on Instagram and I should react to it. Maybe we'll do that later, but we're definitely gonna talk about it. And it gives us 6 anime powers, and you gotta rank them from most likely to take or most useful to least useful in your current form. So for me, I'm excited to go through this. I know some people are going to choose things just based off what they want to do. That's cool. But for me, I'm going for what could I use the most. But with that being said, let's jump into just a tip first. The first tip that we're jumping on is To Be Hero X. Let me tell you a little something about this show, To Be Hero X, bro. Nice? No. No, not Ling. The commoner has risen. To Be Hero once again has shown me that this world I do not want to live in because of the application of powers. Nice wanted to go save his girl, but his fans literally held him back. It doesn't get crazier than that. To Be Hero continues to use the story and world building elements that they presented and just create this wonderful story. I will once again call this show exactly what it is. It is cinema. It is peak. It is the show that if you're not watching, you're missing out. When everybody says, yo, did you see To Be Hero X? You're like, no. We're going to look at you like your name's Patrick Star because you're under a damn rock. This show should be on everybody's radar, everybody's watch list. Now, I already know the reason why it's not. A bunch of y'all low-key underground are mad at some tariffs and you don't want to watch it because it's in Mandarin. Now I'm here to tell you, yes, the original language is Mandarin. Yes, it's an originally Chinese anime. But all you gotta do, this little button, you just go and you click. It's a gear, it's a cog on Crunchyroll. And if you don't want to hear it in Mandarin, you can just choose whatever language natively that you want to happen to hear it. Now, us personally, we're watching it in Japanese, and I gotta be honest with you, it's absolute fire. He said, Boku wa nice. And I was like, oh yeah, nigga? I don't know why the name when his Boku wa nice. Something about it just sounds so thuggin'. He's not really he's him, but he doesn't sound thuggin'. He got a nice voice. He's a good guy. Boku wa nice. But whatever reason, he goes, Boku wa nice. I'm just like, oh damn, are you? You him? For real? And he just gets the boxing. But I will say, to everybody else not watching 2P Hero X, I don't know what your excuse is. Legitimately, the show of the season right now. It's blowing everything out of the water. Unfortunately, it's even beating Fire Force in my own runnings right now. And y'all niggas know I love Fire Force. That's my jam, bro. But 2B Hero X is delivering a masterpiece in storytelling, and I can't stop glazing it enough on that front. I love how Nice was willing in the episode, back to episode, I love how Nice was willing to give away his current borrowed power to save someone that he believes in and he wants to protect. I thought it was dope that he was willing to just, he was like, I'm done with this. And then he got to blossom into his own hero, come into his own. I thought it was fantastic that in the writing that he doesn't try to do what he thinks, what God Eye wants him to do. God Eye wants him to come out here or God Eye is like, yeah, come out here and admit your sins. And he's like, yeah, no, I'm not nice. I'm going to do everything that you thought I wouldn't do. You thought I was going to come out here. You're going to tell me to do this. I was going to oblige and you're going to press me and blah, blah, and crack me. Nah, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to tell the story, the whole story, and nothing but the truth. What you don't know, God Eye, is to even get here, I had to shed who I was pretending to be to become who I wanted to. And I thought it was a beautiful story. I love how the social commentary on the fans really dictating the lives and the abilities of these heroes is not always as pretty as it seems. Now I'm about to make a very crude representation of what I mean, and y'all can take it how you want to. I always say this is like rappers and ball players, right? They get to this level of fame where they can have any woman they want, but they will never, ever truly have trust in any single one of these women that they're with. The question will always be, is she just here for my money? Is she here because I'm a ball player? Is she here because I'm tall? Is she here for any one of these reasons? They can never truly have a normal life. They can never truly have full loyalty. They will always have that feeling looking over their shoulder, looking over their back, or somebody trying to get one or two or four over on them. Versus me, just a regular dude. Like, well, I'm worried that she wants a 29 cents in my bank account. No, I'm not worried about that. I'm a commoner, son. So I love I love the play on that where the crowd, the fans, as much as they boon you, they can also be a detriment to what you want and what you're doing and your life in general. And I think that story was first told with Firm Man from last episode, of course. And moving into this current episode, we see it playing out again with Nice, where he legitimately, oh no, and they did it with, to be fair, they also did it with Moon originally, where because everybody wanted her next to him, that's the only place she could go. So it's been written throughout that, with great power and great clout comes great accountability, because you do have to answer to these people because you are who you are because of them. And in turn, you have to kind of represent them, and sometimes they're going to want you to do shit that you don't want to do. And I don't know what to do with that. I, for one, have come to understand that in my time in this industry of social media, I understand that there's a level of fame that I don't truly want to reach or attain. I very much want to just get to the level where I can be comfortable and pay my bills, but I also want to be able to just go to, like, I don't know, fucking Costco and get a glizzy and not be mobbed by 100 people. Or like even 5 people is too many. Like if I'm just trying to go to Costco and 5 people in Costco recognize me, nah, bro, I can't do it. It sounds so ungrateful, but that's like too much for me. It's like nah, man, I'm just trying to chill, bro. Because as much as I see here, I am kind of like that. But like if I'm minding my business or I'm not amongst people that I fuck with or I trust, I don't want to be approached like that. So I very much it gives a nice little glance into like a microcosm of some social commentary of how celebrities and fan interactions can go, and how sometimes those people who are giving you everything you could ever dream of could also be the same people like ruining your life. It's a very interesting and dynamic look at it. But I do like that the PR team and the marketing were able, as you can see, which another social commentary, they're able to flip the hate into love and to give him his power back and then some. Because something about the negativity of watching somebody get knocked back down, but they get back up again because you're never going to knock them down. People just love that story. It's just a tale as old as time. And if you know, you know. Um, I will say at this point, To Be Hero X, the end of every single episode of To Be Hero X will now be the most terrifying and harrowing experience I can imagine when it comes to watching anime. This is now 3 out of 4 episodes that at the very end, we have been hit with something epic. I think this moment that they put in this one was honestly like so jarring. I couldn't imagine it was gonna happen. But as soon as it happened, I was shocked for a moment, and then my brain was like, this is what he meant. This is what that media, the head, Mr. Chardin, whatever his name is, the head of the media company, wherever Nicer Lingling's at. Yeah, bro. When he said we've already sent our people to take care of it, we thought he was just talking about Iron Fist going to fight God Eye. No, 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 no. They meant we're sending somebody Iron Fist, we're sending Iron Fist to take care of God Eye, and we're sending somebody to take care of the real moon. Now, it's up for speculation, in my opinion, whether this person who found Moon was waiting for Ling to go to her, pulled up, and then did the deed, hit her with that classic old Toji, oh, one tap to the dome piece, oh, put the head to the side, let the ketchup juice leak. Or was he already like tracking her, and my man Ling just happened to pull up right when it happened? I don't know which one. Honestly, both in my opinion, both hold water. They warrant some merit. Whether he just happened to pull up at the same time as the assassin, or whether the assassin was only here because Ling went to her. It's a very interesting dynamic. It's a very interesting question of, chicken or the egg. It would suck that it would suck to know that him going to her was ultimately the downfall of why she's not with us no more. That's painful, bro. That's a real painful one, bro. But it's one of those things. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. That's one of those ones where I don't know what to do with that. I don't know what to do with that quite. But insane. Yeah, To Be Hero X is one of those ones, bro. If you're not watching it, you need to watch it. Um, yeah, hey, shout out to the commenter, shout out to Moon, shout out to God Eye for standing on business. But it's one of my last thing I'll say about TV Hero X. One of my favorite moments is this man Ling's like, you find out that Moon is a fake, and he's Ling's like, hey, you used the fake. Yo, shame on you. He's like, yeah, but you're mad about it, right? Now you see why I hate the fakes too, right? And he's like, yeah. And you're like, wait, yeah. You hate fakes? I hate fakes. Are we on the same team? Yup. But did you threaten my girl? Also, yep. So that's why we had to run your pockets, bro. But yeah, To Be Hero X, definitely one of those ones. If you're not watching it, I don't even know what to tell you, fam. I don't even know what to tell you. Chumbawamba? You got the reference, and they're gonna take me there. You missed the party. What's going on, Factor? Hey, I appreciate the raid. How y'all doing? How y'all living? What are we talking about? We are talking about To Be Hero X. I just realized the whole time I did not have my graphic up, and I'm now upset with myself. But now that the graphic is up, you know who we're talking about. We're talking about To Be Hero X and the going-ons there. Yes, it was a Chumbawamba reference. Did I age myself? Probably a lot. Is anybody going to get it? I don't think they will. But I'm glad one person got it. That's all it took. One person getting it is all that matters. But yeah. Pretend that you're talking about Gura, since she is stepping down. Gura from what? Gura from what? But yeah, if you're watching To Be Hero X, comment down below. Let me know what you think. Is it? Do you think that X here? Do you think Mr. Shan sent the assassins, or is this just a happenstance? I'm pretty sure. That's lore accurate, but that's just my opinion. But you comment down below. You let me know. All right, the next tip we're going to jump on is. Hold on, let me read this. Guar girl from Hello Live, but she went out on an absolute bang. Oh, I did hear y'all LeBron James of VTubers recently stepped down and retired. I did hear that. I'm not into the whole VTuber or Hollow stuff. I do know enough to know that it was a grim day for you all. She announced she was going to retire, and she retires on Thursday. Damn, she went out on an absolute bang. That's always good. It's always look. One thing I learned from Seinfeld is you always want to go out on a high note if possible. The high note is the way to go, and I'm glad that if you're losing your LeBron went out on top. You need to hear the song she made. It was a banger. Had to make an AMV of it. You made an AMV of it, really? Ooh, interesting. Oops. Uh, uh, uh. You're You ever accidentally put a period in a text message and you realize instantly that you're like, yo, that's way too fucking serious of a tone. I really just ruined somebody's day. Yeah, one of those ones. Also, a person behind influences of culture. She make boomer a thing and so much more. Oh, really? The song's called Ash Again. The MV is dope and it was composed by a dude that did the DMC5 OST. Oh, honestly, I'm surprised Zachary isn't on top of that one. I'm real surprised Zachary is not like, yo, you gotta hear this. Oh, then again, you know what? He did also know. He probably did tell me about the song and I just wasn't paying attention. I'm a piece like that. Anywho's though, let me jump into the next thing. Next thing we're tapping on is Put Them On Takamine Sound. God damn. Shiroto's currently being groomed into a man by this woman, and I refuse to pretend like he's not any longer. Okay? We need to face the facts. This woman, and I say woman with a capital letters because God knows she is about 5'7", thick as hell, and would step and would step to you if you were being too rowdy. But this woman is turning this boy into this Bokuwa boy into an Odawa man. Okay, the shenanigans continue this episode, and it's one of those things where we find yet another reason that she uses her powers just for the love of the game. Just for the love of the game. But what I liked about it was their use of her using the power, right? So, of course, she did the swim thing, won it in forward. Then she's like, nah, I could do better. Then she takes something off. Now, the mystery becomes like, yo, I know something has changed here, but I don't know what. It's like, oh, she's swimming on her back. Just show off. She's going to beat him with a backstroke. Beat him with a backstroke. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Oh, but how the hell does she turn back time? If she's in a swimsuit, there's no panties, there's no bra. What does she do? And everybody's thinking the same thing. I love the moment where everybody in the room is like, wait a minute. Wait a goddamn minute. One of these things is not like the other. One of these things is not like the other. One of these things don't belong. And then you finally figure out it's a titty pasty, son. And honestly, I think it's a fantastic plot device. And on top of that, let's not forget the fan service way that she showed him it was a pasty. Bro, I one thing I can appreciate about horny Eki or Hen or H tie is when it introduces me to a new thing that I didn't think was a thing or I had never considered in my life. Now, we objectively know if you have to choose between a one-piece band suit and a two-piece band suit for your shawty, most of us are gonna pick the two-piece. Yo, put the two-piece on. Let me see what you work on. I'm trying to see that stomach. As my man T-Pain said, six-pack, four-pack, you already know that. I'm in love with your stomach. I wanna see it. Show me that belly button. Let me lick that navel. What's good? Let me take some shots off of it. That's not the point, and we're not here for that. She was wearing a one piece. And I had never considered that something that could be hot would be to take the one piece, pinch the insides, and have the goods fall on the side and have like the one piece go up the middle. It's such a small and very slight exposure, but it was like, oh my god, I never thought of that. That's actually kind of hot. You know, one would assume you would just pop it over because popping over is the easier way to do it. But there's something extra about the double exposure from the side. Maybe it's because side boob is an underrated type of boob. Under boob is great. Side boob is somehow better because not oftentimes can you really accentuate it, really make it stick out, really give it its time to shine. And this is just a way to like really expose it from the sides. And for that reason, you showed me something that I had never conceptualized in my mind. And I don't know, that really actually mentally gets me going. It stimulates my brain. I would say my head, but y'all would get the wrong idea. So we're gonna stick to up here. Yeah. But it's honestly a genius stroke of use of a one-piece bathing suit. I constantly am reminded that I am not as artistic or creative as I think I am because I continue to be surprised and impressed by the ways people show me new things. Boy, did you ever think you'd hear 3 minutes about titties coming out from a one-piece bathing suit in your life? Me either. But here we are. One day I'll have to look God in the face, so I'll have to talk about this. And I want to know if he would agree that coming out the top seems like an obvious choice and that just coming from the side, who thinks of that? But we're made in his image, so clearly, we're all made in his image, so clearly he thought of this at some point, but he's gonna be amazed. He's like, yo, I forgot I even did that, bro. I'm like, yo, you're crazy for that. But anyways, we're gonna go back to Takamine-san. Let me rein it back in. But yeah, The mystery of wondering what she took off, I thought was funny. I thoroughly enjoyed that the next part that we went into was very much him having to choose a panty for her. What I liked about it was that even him choosing the panty, it was more so the fact that these moments will always be my favorite. She presses him. He's like, what to do? He spazzes, right? Also, we got a dope slideshow with a lot of fan service. But he picks a pair and it just seems like an offshoot, like random, like shot in the dark. And then when she asks him why he picks it, he delivers an actual really deep, sentimental, and meaningful reason for why he picked the blue. He's like, it reminds me of the sky and the water and how deep that you are. And blah. He said a bunch of beautiful fucking words. It was so nice. I was like, yo, I need to write this shit down. This nigga's absolutely fucking cooking, bro. He was like gunning with the pen. That shit was on fire. I was like, God damn, he got her. And it was such a good bar. It was such a good bar. You fast forward later on, and he goes, oh, did you wear the panties that I picked out? And she goes, if I wear these panties, boy, I ain't gonna be a virgin no more. I was like, damn. My man Shirota Kun is guaranteed cheek. Okay, I shouldn't say he's guaranteed cheeks, but I'm pretty sure those cheeks are gonna be his, bro. I'm almost confident those cheeks are made for him. Continually in this, what makes this show also interesting is we have the dynamic where we also have the backstory piece now that we know that he helped her back in the past and she's always had an eye on him and he's always been interesting to her, and now she's just enacting out her fantasies to draw him into her world, but also realizing he needs to be kind of, bigged up a little bit. He needs he needs a little tough love. He needs to get a little Ottawa on his body, son. So that's why she's grooming him. Once again, literally just grooming him. But whatever. We're gonna excuse it because she's a woman and he's a Bokwa boy. But apparently they go to the same college. Allegedly, she might be a teacher posing as a student or undercover cop. I don't know. But we're gonna leave it right there. But again, so I enjoy the parts where she pushes him, but he pushes back inadvertently with being wholesome. I also like, once again at the end of this episode, that when the moment we're in the hallway and he falls down the stairs and they're talking and she's pressing up on him and he constantly does this thing where he snitches on himself, where he subconsciously is talking as if he has a chance with her, right? When he speaks, but when she asks him, he hard denies any of it, that he even has a chance. But we see that there's Freudian slips that happens with him. But she also makes sure she's giving him the door. She is showing him. Like when this nigga got sick, bro, when this nigga got sick and she's like came over to make him food, number one. Number two, she got in the bed topless and pantyless with your boy to make sure you had warmth. She was saying all the right things, but he just can't believe it. Now granted, I give him all the credit in the world. She is not an easy shawty. She is constantly sending mixed signals. And it's because of the circumstances that y'all came together, and because of the way her body, she acts one way, but she says another thing where she wants you to catch up and catch on and really like try to train you up. I don't blame you for why you're like, oh damn, she don't fuck with me for real. I don't blame him. But what I need him to do, I see those moments where he has backbone, but when it comes to her, he just refuses to apply his backbone in the right place. So I'm looking forward to her continuing to big him up, but him also just realizing that, like, no, bro, like that's your girl. Like as far as she's concerned, yo, that's her man. If this nigga talks to another bitch or a little too much, not only is she gonna rewind time and fuck his, not only is she gonna fuck his shit up and rewind time, she's not gonna tell him she fucked him up either. Or she would tell him like, I just got done beating your ass and I just turned back the clock. So I'm letting you know that if you feel pain, I beat your ass, bro. Don't talk to that bitch. And he's like, oh, yes, ma'am. Yeah, bro. I think it's fire. I think it's dope. And so far it's been a pretty good story. It's been a pretty good damn story so far. I'm a little bummed that the anime for T-Bait is weak. Oh yeah, no. Hold on, I'm come back to that. My man speaking his ideology. Who thinks of that? Men of culture. Honestly, true men of culture would think of that. I like to think of myself as something of a philosophizer, something of a man of culture myself. However, I oftentimes fall short of the title that I've bestowed upon myself, in that I truly at times lack the power and understanding that these creators have. Like it's just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful art. But yeah, so with that being said, let me know what you guys think about Takamine-san. How do you ship them yet? Do you feel like he's worthy of her love? What are some of the ways that you think they're gonna get through this next? I just feel like this anime has found its footing. I think we're legitimately cooking something delicious, and I'm excited to taste what's dripping down her stockings at the end of this. So yeah, comment down below. What's been your favorite rewind moment so far? And what are the percent chances you think he has right now? Or how many episodes do you think it's gonna take him to like accept that he has a chance with her? I'm calling it right now. We're in episode 4. I'm gonna say it's gonna be episode 8 before he's like, okay, I think she likes me. So we'll see. Let me go back. I'm a little bummed that the anime for T-Bait is weak. Most people aren't watching it, and the only ones talking about it are the ones who read it. The good news is that the slideshow animation ends up episode 2. The story's still good though. Ooh, look. So T-Bait is literally getting the season 2. Is literally getting the season 2. What's this one with Bam? Tower of God effect. It's like a worse version of Tower of God and fucking Blue Lock from the way people are talking about it. I have not heard people say that it's gotten better after episode 2. I very much see people are staying that are still 10 toes down that it's not doing its thing. It's not doing its thing. So it's one of those ones where it's like I wanted to do well. I was hoping we'd come back and swing around to it because I do hear so many good things about the manhwa. But yeah, that's tough, man. It's really fucking tough. Stuck in ads, that's painful. That's fucking painful. Oh, good. Okay. Last tip we're gonna jump on. Last tip we're jumping on is Fire Motherfucking Force. Okay. So my girl Gold, she got the moral coins knocked out of her ass. And my only regret is that it wasn't me who got to do it. It was them. It should have been me, son. But yeah, Company 8 put up quite a fight. It took them a while to deal with gold magnetism, and I like the progression that they did. You know, really letting the science team shine on this one. Really using analytics, brain powers, trying to figure out how she's doing what she's doing. Because if it was up to Company 8, they would have just been throwing hands with her to no avail until somebody accidentally figured something out. It was up to the analytics team to get that shit done. But even when it came down to a solution, we just got lucky that Lisa was even like a perfect counter that we had in the moment. Uh, I thought what Fire Force did well was in this episode was the humor. The dialogue is always fantastic. The animation looked beautiful. Tamaki having to use her cheeks to heat up the metal. I love that she's useful, but for all the wrong reasons and all the wrong ways. Absolutely hilarious. The Arthur pull up was worth the wait because first we handled Gold in spectacular fashion. You know, we managed to hit her with the iron Rasengan, took out the Gold, and then my man Lieutenant put one right between her eyes. I love that Lick said it. He's like, yo, she honestly has like the perfect target right between her eyes. We just can't reach it. If we just disrupt what she has going on, we're gonna reach that target. And sure enough, they did. Gold went out fast, bro. And I like that. I like that she literally had one line and then a bullet was in her head and she was down. And then the next nigga stepped up. I like what they're doing with the powers right now. I thoroughly enjoyed that they're using different forms of heat, fire, all kinds of everything related to everything related to fire, for lack of a better term, to fuel these people's powers. So like this guy, his thing is he heats up the air and he uses the current to throw shit at you like wind sides. I'm like, that's actually pretty fucking creative, bro. That's really fucking creative. Honestly, they was in their bag with that one. But his ass got dispatched quick with the Arthur pull up, bro. My man said, they're like, Arthur, what happened to you? My nigga said, I fell off my horse. This nigga fell out the goddamn car while they was, the truck while they was driving, bro. But he pulled up and handled business instantly. To be honest with you, what they did was an interesting use of time or plot device. Because I hate to say it, but I feel like if Arthur was here the whole time with Gold, I don't know if that's a long fight. Like Arthur, legitimately, I don't. That nigga's kind of funny. He's kind of on this. He's kind of a little stupid, bro. Right? But this man, one thing he do is he fight well. I don't know if Gold would have been able to fight well against Arthur. I don't know if that's a good matchup because of how he uses his fire. He doesn't use like everyone else. He doesn't heat like everybody else. So that's why for me, I'm like, yo, I'm pretty sure Gold would have not had a fun time with him, and they would have had to jump him. So I like that the eighth got their shine for the most part. Arthur said Watashiwa Bunkai sliced through the first nigga, and now we're about to box the last one. My beef with this episode, if I'm being honest with you, is I just feel like we were off topic for too long. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what I'm gonna say. We were off topic for too long. The eighth fight was important to show. The eighth fight was important to show that the evangelist people, the white clad, are not gonna be messed with. We know this already. It was a show and flex Tamaki's upgrades and her being useful. Cool, we got that last episode. It was a flex and show that everybody in the eighth is here for Captain Obi together. Dope. And the real only progression we got on the other side is that the firebug went into Obi. But I am postulating that Burns is not actually with these people, or Obi is about either he's with these people and Obi's gone. He's with these people and Obi's about to get powers. He's not with these people and Obi's gone because he's a sacrifice, or he's not with these people and Obi got powers, or that firebug is not real, or that firebug is like a fake that Burns gave them and swapped out and is this is his moment of betrayal. I just don't have faith that he's actually a traitor. By all means, I should believe he is, but I haven't seen enough. I'm one of those people like innocent until proven guilty. You haven't really done no evil shit yet. Technically, you didn't arrest Obi, they arrested Obi. Technically, you didn't do nothing to your own members, you just kind of left. Technically, you still haven't fought or done anything to really fight Shinra and Joker. You've just kind of powered up and blocked a couple shots. I feel like I have enough evidence to say that this is not a betrayal. We are waiting for something to happen. We are about to surprise them, but I don't know what that surprise looks like. I just refuse to think that we came to save Obi, and within 3 episodes, he's now an Infernal. It doesn't track to me. So we'll see what happens with that. But Fire Force cooking kind of, but I gotta be honest with you, not their strongest episode. Not their strongest episode at all. But yeah, you guys let me know what you think about Fire Force. What you think about Gold getting defeated, Arthur falling off his horse. Let me know how you feel about the season of Fire Force so far. Right now, I feel like we've truly hit this moment where more needs to happen. And if more doesn't happen soon, we're not going to recover. I feel like we're losing the audience. Me, a diehard Fire Force fan, I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna keep watching. I have no problem. But I feel like the anime community as a whole is really not fucking with Fire Force right now, and that hurts here. But it also hurts here. But it's also one of those things where it's like the 4 year hiatus kind of did us dirt. And right now we need to be getting things done a little bit faster. The pacing needs to be like picked up a little bit, and we're just kind of like inching forward. I will say I do have faith in the studio. I have faith in the animators that they're leading us in a good path down a right way. However, I do feel the sense of urgency is kind of like waning as the episodes go by. So I worry for it. But you guys let me know what you think down below. Make sure you catch Sauce Maho Radio on Monday nights on YouTube. Alright, good to know anime hasn't passed where I left off in manga. I was reading Fire Force manga a while back. Oh, true! What part did you leave off at? Oh wait, no, don't tell me what part you left off at. Whoa, don't tell me what part you left off at. Cause I don't, I just realized that's stupid. Ooh, okay. I'm already rereading on K manga ones I finished up Blue Lock and Strangle. True. Also slime, but that's monthly. Okay, bet. Okay. Okay, y'all ready for this? What anime power are you taking? Look, I'm gonna hurt a lot of feelings today because I saw this video done by this dude. I don't remember his name. Daily Dose of JJK, right? Daily Dose of JJK said, "What anime powers are you taking?" And here's the six they presented: Domain Expansion, Renegon, Arise, Death Note, Titan Shifting, Super Saiyan. We're gonna rank which ones are the best, which ones are the worst right now. And I'm telling you right now, your feelings are gonna get hurt. Because I'm here to tell you that most of the anime powers that you would actually want are not really applicable to your life. Now, if we're talking about we're getting transported from where we are to these anime worlds, cool. Take whatever you want. But when I say which anime power are you taking, I mean what power are you taking as you right now in your life currently. And for me, a lot of you guys are going to choose powers that you can't really do anything with besides flex and be cool. Now, if you want to flex and be cool, that's dope. Do your thing, right? But I'm being objective. I'm going to pick the power that's going to be best by me. That's going to do best by me. It's going to get me the most moolah, the most hoes, the most clout, the most dough, the most everything that you could ever want in this life. Now, I'm not trying to be famous too. I'm just trying to get my money in the bag. So with that being said, we're going to get started on which anime power are you taking? I'm going to tell you right now. Number 6, the last one that I'm taking is the goddamn Titan Shifting. Look, I don't even know why you would want Titan Shifting. I'm going to tell you up front. The reason Titan Shifting you don't want it is because as soon as you get Titan powers, you got 13 years to live. Now what? Now you turn to a Titan. Now you got governments at your neck. You got niggas trying to hunt you down, trying to use you. You are literally a nation destroying power. You really think you're going to live a good, normal life? No! Those 13 years are going to be miserable, nigga. They're going to spend 13 years trying to dissect your ass, figure out how the fuck they can make 10 more of you and extend your life. Now, that doesn't sound too bad, but if you know, you know, you're not getting that shit done. You don't want these powers, bro. Get rid of them. Throw them away. Shanae, bro. Right now, Titan Shifting, I'm not fucking taking it. In this world as we are right now, Titan Shifting is literally the last thing I would ever want. To be honest with you, most of y'all know JJK is legitimately my favorite anime of all time. But I would not want no Titan fucking powers, bro. I don't. Honestly, I would rather be an Ackerman before I was a fucking Titan, if I'm being real with you. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, he capped for the camera. No, I'm really not. I'm standing 10 toes down on business on this one. I would not, under any circumstances, want Titan shifting powers. Leave me out of it. Matter of fact, I don't want to be of the blood of a Titan, bro. I don't even want to be of the blood of a Titan. I'd rather be an Ackerman, straight up. That's it. No, don't even gotta think about it. Nope. Next power on this list we're throwing away. We're throwing away the goddamn Death Note. Now hear me out. The main reason I'm throwing out the Death Note is I actually don't really care about killing nobody. There's less than 5 people in this world that I would want dead. And even wanting them dead to know that I did it by my own hand, it just wouldn't sit right with me. I'm not that type of person. Like I could go hunting, right? You know, get an animal, you know, eat it, eat the flesh, pay its respect like I'm a native, and like do the right thing and then cook it, all that. I would do that. That sounds cool, but take another human life willingly, ah, even just through writing in a book, I just wouldn't do it. Not for me. I actually don't know the general application that you could use for this because this is one of those things like, could you take out your enemies? Yes, but it's not like you taking them out is going to get you their wealth. You taking them out is not really going to get you their power. You'd have to know somebody's entire name. There's a lot of things that just go into the Death Note why it's just impractical if you wanted to be, if you're going to use it in 2025. To be honest with you, unless you're a vile ass nigga, I don't know why you would even ever want the Death Note. That doesn't even make sense to me. Like, what the fuck is up with you? Why you got so many people you want to kill or trying to kill? And why does it matter? Like, what? And some people like, I would get the Death Note and I would just kill the people who deserve it. Yeah, and you get to decide? Who? Who told you you gets to decide? Huh? Because the inception of it always for me is don't wish for no power that if somebody else got it, you feel like you would be worried or you wouldn't want it. I don't want I'm on some adorable shit right now. I don't want nobody to have the death note because if I had the death note, I wouldn't do nothing with it. But if I did something with it, then I would have to know that somebody else had death note. They might put me in it. And I now, mind you, I could play death note defense like I'm fucking an L. But at the same time, the inception of the death note in 2025 just doesn't make sense unless you're a vile motherfucker. Because I know some people would say, oh, you could just write down all the names of the worst world leaders. No, what you don't understand about social and economic world policies and politics is sometimes you think you're killing the worst person, and then somebody comes behind them that is somehow fucking worse. Just let things be, bro. If you don't know enough about geopolitics, don't go off killing no world leaders if you get a death note. You will make things exponentially worse, exponentially faster, like just without a doubt. Death Note, we're throwing that away. That's number 5. Yes, I would take the Death Note over the Titan shifting powers because at least then if I have the Death Note, I just wouldn't use it versus Titan shifting powers. Even if I didn't use it, I'm dying in 13 years anyways. So literally does nothing for me. It's literally a nothing burger. And you know I like burgers. Arise, my number 1. Okay, Foxy, okay. Jin Woo wish to be Batman. Think about it. He got stronger, smarter, and got money hoes, and he's Batman. True. Or best power they left off the list. Be Ranma, you know what it's like to get both ways. All the horny thoughts you had about if I were ex, how would that feel? Bro? Now listen. I'm looking at you kind of funny for that one. But you're also kind of spitting, but I'll never tell him that. Death Notes are cursed. Yeah, you can use it, but you gotta pay the Shinigami later. Yeah, exactly. I'm not trying to do all that shit, bro. I hate debt. I am very debt at first. I don't want debt, so I'm not taking that either. Throw it away. The next thing we're throwing away in 2025, I'm gonna tell you right now, hey, we're throwing away this domain expansion, bro. Unless you're a Hall of Fame crash out, I put domain expansion under the same guise as the Death Note in 2025. There ain't no curses out here for you to exercise. You just have domain expansion. So the question is, who the fuck are you domain expanding on to murder? I'll wait. Yeah, you just out here boxing up regular ass niggas for the love of the game. I don't know. 2025, there's no reason for domain expansion. Now let's say, okay, there is curses here, and you can't have a domain expansion. Why? 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 I don't think it's that great of a power. I would have preferred if this one instead of domain expansion was like curse energy user, cause like I guess curse energy could be practical at times in your life depending on what curse energy and how you use it. But at the same time, not really. Not really. Like I think of Mekamaru, like in Mekamaru's case, you know, that it worked out in his favor. He was able to create some things that had applications and abilities that were both mechanical but also like curse energy inspired. But outside of that, and being like really cool and flashy, no. Now the boogie woogie though, now the boogie woogie, now we fucking talking. But the problem with the boogie woogie is like I'm pretty sure I have to be able to see my target to switch. So it's not like I could just teleport. Like I can't just clap and like be like switch with a random stranger. Cause that's what I would do. Like my ass if I want to go to work, I would just like walk down the street to the middle of a random field, clap my hands and swap places with somebody in the building, and then the person I would take their place in the building and just go to my office, and then they would just be like in the middle of the field, like, what the fuck just happened? I think that'd be funny, but that would suck to be that person. But yeah, there's no reason for domain expansion. Yes, I would take domain expansion over Death Note and over Titan Shifting, but it's still ass for 2025. It's actually a terrible power for 2025. I'm not gonna lie to you. Bro, clap transportation and you're helping them get closer to theirs. Well, I don't know where they're trying to go, so I don't know if I'm helping them get closer to theirs. But I will say, can you imagine weaving through traffic like Toto? Now that is some shit I'm talking about. Like if I'm driving fast and because I'm holding on to the car, if I clap and I'm like switching positions with other vehicles, oh man, now we're fucking talking. Now that's fucking fire. Or can you imagine I got some binoculars and I just clap and I'm like jumping miles? Oh shit. Now that's fucking dope. Now we're fucking cooking. All right. Now we're talking about some good shit. We're getting somewhere, bro. We're getting somewhere. Domain on that gorilla? This guy, you would. You would. Plus, everyone knows Death Note leads a potato chip addiction. I'm dead. 100 Men vs. Gorilla. What's going on, girly? You missed it. We talked about that on Sunday night stream. And I feel like I still feel like I'm right. When it comes to 100 Men vs. Gorilla, I feel like 100 Men vs. one gorilla, I truly believe that we would lose about 60 of us, but we're beating that gorilla's ass, bro. We're beating that gorilla's ass, bro. We're gonna beat that gorilla's ass. I'm telling you. I'm telling you we could do it. Me and 99 pretty regular motherfuckers, we could get the job done. We could get the job done. But I also said that if we had sharp objects, if it's barehanded, we're 100 of us is taking that gorilla down, but probably 60 to 65 of us are dying. If we have sharp objects, I'm pretty sure 100 people would be overwhelming for it, and we would lose maybe like 20 people tops. Cool, be my first homie. Stop, fuck. Yeah, you missed it. It's all good. Give me 100 prime UFC fighters versus Gorilla. Any other 100 and that fucker's bashing my skull in, which your body will sling you by the leg. Nah. I have faith. I have faith. I have faith that 100 regular people with the common goal can take out that gorilla. 100 regular of us. Now, I would have to say 100 people in fit condition. 100 people in fit condition. Because if it's like, if you're counting me from like 5 years ago, like if we're counting like 500-pound me, no, we're not getting it done. We're not fucking getting it done. If we're talking about me, like right now, like in like good shape, decent endurance, I can lift, I can run distances. Like, yeah, no, me right now, if we had like 100 of me right now, I have faith we could do it. Definitely have faith. Bro, you're gonna be like that Princess and Overlord movie. Your body's gonna be a weapon. Stop. Saw you live. Wanted to ask. Night night. Take it easy, my boy. Okay. Next useless or next best anime power. We're throwing away. Oh, we're throwing away Super Saiyan, bro. Super Saiyan is going away next. Look, Super Saiyan sounds cool and all, right? Don't get it twisted. Super Saiyan's fire. But what practical application does it have? Flight, dope, right? Superpower to beat anybody's ass who wants to start some shit, dope. Outside of that, what is the appeal? How do you use Super Saiyan to make money? Huh? What are we doing? Like, are you getting rich with it? Are you just beating niggas' asses? Are you just using it for personal protection? Don't get it twisted. As a kid, I always want to go Super Saiyan. I'd love to shoot a nigga with a Kamehameha. But in 2025, what would I really use Super Saiyan mode for? What am I doing? And if somebody says to fight that gorilla, I swear to God on everything that I love, I'm going to fucking pile drive you the first time I see you. Yeah, we robbing banks. Just married Boma dead. Who gonna stop us? Oh, you know what? Honestly, the robbing banks thing, I support that. Oh, also instant transmission. Okay. Going Super Saiyan doesn't mean you have instant transmission. That is a technique. No. Okay, so hear me out. Also, you're just going Super Saiyan. This doesn't mean that you know how to fight. This doesn't mean you have any of the martial arts. This doesn't mean you know how to do any ki blast, kai blast, any kamehamehas. You don't have any of those skills, technically. You can just turn Super Saiyan, and you get all the boosts that comes with Super Saiyan. But when you're still you. That's how I'm reading this. The only powers you get to go Super Saiyan. You don't know the moves, you don't know techniques, you don't know none of that shit. You can just go Super Saiyan, and you get the benefits for Super Saiyan. But Dad, I don't want to eat sick aliens dead. In a normal world is enough. Honestly, I won't even argue with you. But me, I'm running fades. Ooh. Now, run. Oh, you could be a UFC fighter, but that wouldn't be very fun. You'll be a fighter or a boxer. It's not going to be fun, though. Because you're right. You get all the benefits of Super Saiyan, but, like, everybody around you, Super Saiyan multiplies you. Yeah, you'd still be. Yeah, if you're Super Saiyan multiplied by 10, even if you're average and you get that 10 times multiplier of Super Saiyan, I don't know. I'm just saying 10 time multiplier just to be numbers, right? You would have the power of 10 men. And even the strongest man would be like maybe as strong as 6 people. So like yeah, within reason, if you're average and you go Super Saiyan, you could not only pass any blood and doping tests for most things. You do have super strength. You do have 10. You would have hypothetically because we're going by Kaioken. Kaioken times 10, Super Saiyan 100. So yeah, you'd be strong and you'd be strong and fast as shit. So within reason, you'd be strong and fast as shit, and you would pass the drug test. So what would you do? I guess I'd become a cricket player, baseball. I become a baseball player. Yeah, I'm becoming a baseball player. Yeah. No. Look, hear me out. I'm becoming a baseball player. Why? Fast. I can fly, and I can hit the ball hard, and my reaction speed is gonna be in fucking insane. So within reason, nobody's ever hitting a home run off of me if I'm pitching. Nobody's ever hitting a home run over me if I'm in the field. I'm batting a fucking thousand, nigga, and I'm stealing every fucking base known to man. I'm literally gonna retire as the GOAT of like every fucking sport. And I would do it all like within 3 years. I mean, I said tip eminence by night. That sounds fun. If your Super Saiyan now plays Saiyan, which means you got the need for violence in you. Ooh, I think Super Saiyan's 1,000-fold. I was just throwing a number out. I had to redo it. I actually sat here and read them. I'm like, no, Kaioken is times 1, Kaioken times 10. And I was like, Super Saiyan was times 100 of Kaioken. Super Saiyan was times 10 of Saiyan. I couldn't remember. But if it's 1,000-fold, or then yeah, no, then you're waxing everybody. When you say he's gonna become Yamcha, I'm dead. Oh yeah, yo, no, yeah. Yeah. Oh no. It sounded so cool when you said Yamcha though. It was cool until you said the boy says I'm gonna become Yamcha. I'm like, I don't wanna be Yamcha. But yeah, Super Saiyan number 3. Super Saiyan is a solid third place, bro. Solid third place. That's where I'm gonna leave it, right? Number 2 on the ranking of powers that I would want in 2025. Right now, I'm having trouble, right? I'm going to say, I'm gonna say Arise only because, hear me out, I'm going off the basis of the power, right? Now, if he said my power was the solo leveling part with the Arise, I'm like, okay, sign me up. But I see a rise here. That means I don't have the solo leveling, I don't have the strength, I'm not playing the game, nothing. The only part of this that I have is the Arise part. If all I can do is necromant in 2025, I actually don't know how helpful that is to me in 2025. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know how helpful that is. I think I might have to drop this down lower. If I could solo level, it's the best one. It's honestly the best one. It's number 1 if I could solo level. But if I can't solo level, all I can do is Arise, all I can do is necromant. I don't know how helpful. Because why would I arise a bunch of regular ass niggas in 2025? Who am I arising? The Pope? Just for shits and giggles? Nah. Ooh, arise Michael Jackson and make a real version of a live action version of Thriller? That would be fucking interesting. Um, okay, so you rise dead people, sick fuck. Get that shadow, get 2000 ill. You go to rise dead elephants and lions and tigers? Damn. You literally described his baseball career, Yamcha. Yo, I knew Yamcha was a baseball player. I did not realize I was describing his career. Good on Yamcha. I see why he got them hoes. Necromancer, if you want to, we gonna bring your friends life. Your friends aren't dead, and if they're not dead, then they're no friends of mine. Dead. I imagine it was like having a lot of servants. Ooh, okay, a lot of servants. Oh, but you know what? With the Arise, they're also not like gross zombie looking. They're actually cool, dope looking. So actually, to be fair, I did some people out Arise. There's some people that rise. But I don't get their skills when I rise them. Okay, hypothetically, I'm gonna go with the fun version of this. If I get the solo level and I get to arise, that is the number 1 power because you get the solo level. Eventually, you get the abilities, all that stuff. When if it comes with the whole bells and whistles, it's number 1. It actually beats the Rinnegan. Because I'm not gonna lie, the Rinnegan is actually my favorite here, without a doubt. The Rinnegan is just fire. All the applications of the Rinnegan are dope. Controller of space, time, and objects is fucking beautiful. The fact that I can have my own dimension is dope. The fact that I can switch places with niggas at a whim is fucking dope. I can make parts of myself literally untangible. So like I can literally just like slip through walls, which means robbing a bank is stupid easy. I could literally slip through a wall, open a dimension, put all the money into the dimension, slip out of the wall, and then reopen the dimension anywhere that I want to and just take the money out. Or actually, I don't ever have to actually take the money out the dimension. I literally have a dimension where I can just stick my hand in. I would do shit like I would put the dimension in my pocket, I'd reach in, grab money, and then pull it out as if it was my wallet. Like the applications of the Rinnegan in 2025 is actually so fucking absurd. I absolutely fucking love it. I absolutely fucking love it, bro. You slip in the hell and get trapped? Shut up. Yeah, but you can't control it just like every power you mentioned. Rinnegan, Eagle, literal pocket sand, honestly. What do you mean I can't control the what do you mean I can't control the Rinnegan? Stop. Stop. But yeah, best power here is honestly the top two powers is either Rinnegan or the Arise. With the Rinnegan, I just like it because it's always been one of my favorites. I love control over space time, teleportation. All that stuff is fucking dope to me. But if I'm being honest with you, if you don't just get the Arise and you get all the powers that come with the Arise, I think that's the right answer. 100% of the power systems in 2025, Arise is number one. And then I would say Rinnegan's number two. But I like the idea of the Rinnegan because like it's just fucking dope. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think. How do you guys feel about it? Now, if we were to say, let's take off the 2025 thing, let's just say the powers. Honestly, I'm still going out of all the ones here, like of the powers I'd want. I think the list is still pretty accurate. But yeah, the Rinnegan is just always gonna be second or first. Arise, if you get the powers or not, is gonna be second or first. And then Super Saiyan's number three. The other three powers are absolutely fucking useless. Absolutely fucking useless to a human like me. Would absolutely do nothing with it. It's not going anywhere. With the Rise, you can bring your friends and loan them back to speak with them. It's good for your mental, so it's practical for your daily. Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one for me. That's a tough one. So like in solo leveling, when the homie healer goes and he gets risen and all his friends like, yo, that's my dog though, let him go. I don't know how I would feel necromancing people that passed around me to keep them around for myself. I don't know how I feel about that. There's a sense of responsibility and duty I'd feel like I owe them that I don't want to owe them. Let the dead be. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I ain't gonna hold you on some toxic shit. If I found a shawty that I loved and she left me early on some toxic shit, I would arise her. Nah, on some real fucked up toxic shit, I would arise her, bro. And be like, yo, you can't leave me like this, girl. Nah, this is wrong. This is dirty. This is crazy. But I also know that the moment I cross that line and I do that, there's no going back because it's a slippery slope. Of once you do that, then if for you to have the nerve to arise them and then regret your decision and then have to put them down again with your own hands, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. That I feel like there would be a point. There would be a point where I'm like, what I did was wrong. I shouldn't have rose you again. And then now I gotta put you down with my own hands. I don't like that. I don't like that. Bro, I'd bring my grandma back, tell my music live for an event, and then return him to the void. Oh, okay. If you're talking about like a one-off convo, I could see that. I could see that. I took it in my head. You would arise them and just keep them around and just come, go, come and go, come and go. But even if you did that, that's a personal preference. I wouldn't look at anybody quite different. I won't look at anybody too differently if that's what they chose to do. I just know I couldn't do that. That I couldn't do that. That's not something I would do. This just got sad. But yeah, anime powers. Woo! Arise, dog, Rinnegan. Yeah, let me know down below. What would you pick? What's the best? What's the worst? Was my list based? Did you agree with the order? Did I miss something or mess something up? Let me know, sauce small hoes. Nobody said it had to be permanent. You're right. Nobody said it had to be permanent. What? Where's that's a man, 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 man. Nobody said it has to be permanent. Per the show, it's not permanent. But like, would you? Yeah, I'm gonna leave it right there. I'm gonna leave it right there. Remember, past about a decade ago, I just want to talk to them for a few hours. That's wholesome. That's wholesome. That's wholesome. Ooh, excuse me. I feel like there'd be a line or a point. I feel like there'd be a line or a point where it goes from somebody would be like, yeah, I just want to talk to them a few hours one time, and then it's like one time this time, next time I'll let them be. And then next time I let them be, and then they just never let them be. So I'm not saying that's what you'll do. I'm just saying I can see how it could be a slippery slope. Whew, grief is hard, man. It's real hard. Damn, savage. Anywho's. All right, let's go for a hot finish. We are into the awards of the week, ladies and gentlemen. We are starting off strong. Your Sekai, we're starting off strong. Romance of the week, we got Witch Watch. Let me show you. You know what I like about Witch Watch? I like every time I say I go Witch Watch, Witch Watch. I've been tempted to put, like, as you guys know, I got a booty on my screen. You see that nice booty? I've been debating if I want to change it to a witch. So when they say witch watch, it shows the witch, because there'd be a witch in the watch. A witch in the watch. No, no. Okay, okay, okay. Okay. We're not laughing at that one. All right, cool. We don't have to laugh at that one, ladies and gentlemen. We don't have to laugh. But Witch Watch is the best romance of the week right now. I am very ecstatic, happy, excited that we finally started Witch Watch. We were three episodes behind by the time it dropped. We were worried because there was clapping at copy style all over YouTube, but we decided the people want us to watch it. They want us to watch it, so we started watching it. And I'm very happy because very quickly over Takamine-san, it became the rom-com of the season as soon as we started it. From the inception episode 1, they really set out and hit us with some bangers with what they call an urban fantasy, which I love. It's like a recent real life Harry Potter where there's a very beautiful blend of we are in 2025, but there's magical elements, witches and tangus and freaking ogres, but they don't look like what they sound like. They just kind of look human. And there's a real dope story being told between Nico the witch and her bodyguard slash ogre slash homeboy Moy. And the reason Witch Watch does a fantastic job is it does my favorite trope of anime. Girl loves boy, boy doesn't realize that girl loves boy, or boy is the stoic masculine type who is so focused on just either his job or his duty that he doesn't realize that girl is obsessed with him. This is very much this gives me vibes of My Dress Up Darling, but without the nice quiet boy. This boy is strong, kind of loud, but also like talks back. Very much so talks back. And I do feel like Nico is way more lovey-dovey loving and rubbing and getting all up in your face, and she doesn't really hide that she likes him. I think their dynamic is fan-fucking-tastic. I love that, she's trying to be the best witch she could be to help people, and he's trying to be the best protector he could be because he wants her to feel safe and be able to do good in the world. So their dynamic is very nice, very sweet. I think the classic klutz girl meets strong stoic man is done very well in this form. The humor is actually fucking funny, which is a very hard thing to say about some comedy animes at times. Even sometimes rom coms, it's like, yeah, when y'all do the funny shit, I'm not laughing that hard. But the romance is cooking. This one executes both elements very well. I love so far. I think my favorite part is that Nico's not scared to try to like seduce Moy, but Moy is just like, okay, what are you doing, girl? Why'd you do that? And yeah, but the comedy moments are absolutely hilarious. Um, it's just a good series. The fan service is subtle but nice. They don't do too much. I love how the anime is drawn. The opening is an absolute banger. Shout out Yasiobi for Witch Watch. Watch me. Absolute banger. Yeah, if you're not watching Witch Watch, go do it. Takamine-san is a good rom com, but I'm not gonna lie to you. Between the butterfly transitions and the push and pull, I do like it now. But Witch Watch has been fire from episode 1. I wasn't on board with Takamine-san until episode 3. Episode 1 of Witch Watch, I was like, this feels like one of those ones. And the way they're building the story, the way they're building their humor, I truly think it's gonna go down as the best of the season when it comes to rom-com. So I look forward to how it continues. So shout out to Witch Watch. Specifically, why I got romance of the week this week was because we saw that Nico got taken by the dress. Moy was not having that shit. he was having beef with the other homie. He put the beef aside. He saved the girl, exposed her a little bit, but made sure that girl got home safe. It was fantastic. I love that although the other homie's trying to bark up that tree, she only got eyes for the homie Mo. I will also say one of the funniest moments in this goddamn anime was I got you baited. Oh my god, I got you baited so bad. I saw the scene. I saw one of the few screenshots I saw of Witch Watch was when she duplicates herself to carry the box. But I didn't realize that when she duplicates herself, she literally got younger. I was so pissed off. When we were watching the episode, go watch the episode. When we were watching the episode, she doubled herself. I'm like, yes, this is it. I got excited. And the Dark Ball instantly goes, oh, I think she got younger. And I look at her, I'm like, why would you say that? I look back at the anime and she was right. I was like, oh no. And they showed it and I was like, oh my god, I got tricked, bro. And then she does it again and she gets younger. I'm like, fuck my life. They're gonna throw me under the prison with these lolly niggas. Oh my god, I'm never gonna recover from this. But luckily we recovered from this because at the end of the day, I got debated. It is what it is. But at the same time, it was still funny as fuck. It was a hilarious debate, number one. And number two, the scene itself was pretty fucking funny. Because, like, you duplicate yourself to carry more things, only to realize when you duplicate yourself, you cut your strength in half. So now you need two of you to do what normally one of you could do. And then this dumb hoe really quadrupled herself, thinking, "Oh yeah, we'll just do it again, and then we'll have more." And then no, you cut your strength into a quarter. Now you got four niggas moving one box uselessly. But it was pretty. It was a pretty funny scene overall. Shout out to Witch Watch, keeping the comedy alive, bro. Really putting on. Good morning, brother Cypher. Gotta head out and get ready for the end of the night. Take it easy, my boy. Same studio as 100 Girlfriends, by the way. It makes sense. It makes sense. Just give him some peace of mind about us and some John pieces. My grandpa was a control figure. I know that was hard for him. Oh, I'm sorry. That's honestly, that's almighty fucking wholesome, my boy. Have a good night. Appreciate the raid. I'll holler at you next time. I'm gonna peep that MV too. I'm gonna peep that MV at the end. All right, next of the week, next award of the week, funniest moment. Look, the funniest moment, honestly, I would have picked something from Witch Watch, but then freaking Fire Force came out with this banger of fucking nonsense. They found a way to make her power not only useful, but also almighty horny. We literally had to cook hot metal in her ass. This is not a meme. This is not a joke. This is a real valid plot point. We needed to make metal in this girl's ass, bro. And that's what we did, as you can see. I thought that shit was stupid, but I thought it was absolutely fucking hilarious. And at the end of the day, the booty shuriken Rasengan fucking worked, bro. It fucking worked. We took down Gold's magnetism and bodied her ass with a bullet to the head. So shout out to Fire Force for making that. Actually, Fire Force was high key funny as fuck this whole week. Arthur pulling up saying he fell off the horse, hilarious. Gold talking money, hilarious. Her getting blasted in the head and having the Mario cones getting out the fuck out of her, absolutely hilarious. Fire Force was cooking on the comedic side this time. And yes, I know comedy and horror is a big part of what Fire Force does. But again, it pains me because I wanted more story progression. We've waited 4 years. We know this is the last season. You got to give me the story progression, man. But I will say this moment being hilarious, definitely worth talking about. Hands of the week. Next award, hands of the week. The hands of the week go to my boy Ling Ling, aka no, actually it's just Ling Ling. I was about to say aka a bunch of names, but when he left, he dropped the nice persona and he didn't get the commoner persona yet. So when he pulled up to put hands on God Eye, that was Ling Ling. Ling Ling came through with nothing but his 2 fists and some heart, bro. And he was boxing to save his girl's life, or what he thought was his girl. Credit to him, that we don't know that girl likes him. We just know they built a connection, and he deemed her as worthy of risking his life to save, and he stepped out there to do it, man. Honestly, I've seen a lot of niggas take ass whoopings. Mark Grayson, number 1 on the list of niggas who take an ass whooping. But I ain't gonna lie, man, yo, Ling Ling got his ass beat, son. Before the power and the trust value came back and started kicking in, my man was getting his shit pushed in. I watched him get hit in the face with a God Eye fucking brass knuckle. Man's had it in his hand and punch him while he was holding that shit. Crushed the whole thing in his motherfucking hand. I feel like the man's jaw was loose, eyes drooling. mouth heavy, mom spaghetti. It was looking wild for this boy Ling Ling. But he pulled out the W. Sheer grit and determination, and I guess hoes right in his dick powered up his trust value, and he started throwing haymakers, bro. I love the depiction of post ass whooping, pre and trust value going up, where he's throwing hits. He hits the ground, it explodes. It's like, yo, that's not just regular Ling Ling no more. He's running against the wall. He punches the wall. Boom, wall explodes. There's a moment beautifully depicted where he's running his hand across the wall as he's going at the God Eye and he's tearing the whole thing up. Looked fan-fucking-tastic. My man Ling Ling was throwing hands, talking shit, taking names, kissing hoes, all that shit. It was amazing. Absolutely amazing. Once again, I always laud over this for 2B Hero X. I love the fact that when they are just chilling, there's one art style. When it's time to get the boxing, they go full on into the comic looking version. I think it does them well. I think it differentiates action versus from storytelling moments. I think it does a good job because what we often see in times is animes will be in CGI and they'll try to do the whole fight sequence in CGI, but it doesn't always come out the way you want it to. Versus switching from CGI looking, talking moments into actual animation and drawing and impact frames for action. I think it's a good balance. I don't know if it's cost saving. I don't know if it's cost effective, but I love the feeling and the fact that, and it especially works because it's a superhero show where it gives off the feeling like it's grander than life. Like we go from regular, the CGI makes you feel like you're in the moment, you're immersed into the story as a person watching. And then when you go into the comic book version of the fight and you start getting the impact frames and the struggles and like the Deku type shit, it really cooks, bro. It really fucking cooks. So shout out my man Lin Ling, hands on the motherfucker week, dealing them left, right, and center. Everybody who wants it can get some, my boy. I don't care why Ling Ling getting too close to my girl Moon, bro. I don't know what episode you're on, but look, that boy Ling Ling, hey, that's his girl now, comrade. I don't know what to tell you, boy. Next award, most despicable. Oh, this one's a treat. This one goes to this girl Sarai, the most despicable lady in the rear palace. Let me tell you right now, this shawty has been cooking. I don't know who she works for, what she's trying to achieve, but I do know enough to know that I believe this is what's going on. I believe that the family in the north, Lady Lishu's father, I believe that they are the rightful heirs to the throne, and they circumcede the current prince, the current emperor, and the crown prince, aka Jinshi Sama, aka the coveted prince, the one who doesn't want to show his face. And I very much believe that Sarai is somehow related to Lulan and Shishui, who is the father, right, that went against Lacan this episode. And they're working on a way to ascend to the throne, not even quietly, but just ascend to it. And Sarai is a pivotal part of this entire plan. So, as we suspected, Sarai is correct. Yes, it's her. She is the beautiful eunuch that all the hoes been talking about. Oh my god, this and that. And we see that she's not in the best condition. That resurrection potion really took a number on her, and she's looking mighty weak. She's been working with the older ladies who have a grudge against the Diddy Emperor that was before our current emperor, the one who liked them young, real young, A minor, stuff like that. And these older shawties, I understand their grudge if I'm being real with you. I get it. From my understanding of the story and how it was told and depicted, these shawties were taken from their families very young. And because of what he did with these shawties very young, nobody else could have them. They were forever off limits and confined to this rare palace. Essentially, it's like they got with him one time, then they aged out of being with him, and then were not able to do anything. So they've essentially been prisoners for their whole after experiencing trauma, they've been prisoners their whole lives. So, like, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I don't understand why they would want to get back, regardless of how well they've been treated or not. You stole their lives, they're mad about it, and you kept them around. You just had to know that was fucking stupid. But I see that the new emperor does try to do right by people, and he just really hasn't. It was really this Queen Dowager that was before the current Queen Dowager who really fucked shit up. And we see how much her influence and the ripples that she did back in her day have left a bad taste in this entire rear palace. So yeah, um Mao Mao happened to show up and stop this silent vengeance that's been going on. And I feel like with the introduction of Lady Lulan to the concubines taking over a high ranking position, realizing that who Jinchi Sama is, who's actually like supposed to be the next in line for the crown versus his brother who's actually wearing it, and knowing that this is not like some no everybody knows that this is kind of like a talked about rumor slash secret, but a lot of people honestly kind of know that it's kind of fucking true. It's kind of fucking true. Or at least there's enough suspect shit around it to be like, yo, something weird's going on here. I don't know if what they're saying is exactly true, but it's close enough that I'm willing to find the fuck out. So let's poke some holes and see what's gonna pop up. So I think that's pretty dope. Um right now we have some issues. Mao Mao's in captivity, and also potentially a top four concubine and Lady Lulan was either taken hostage or is either currently hostage or was held at hostage at one point. I do think Mao Mao was on the verge of figuring out that there's times where Shishui has a bunch of shit that she should not have, that she should not be able to afford, and nobody knows where she's getting it from. I feel more and more vindicated that I truly believe that Shishui and Lulan are the same person. But Surai, I don't think Surai would know or ever guess that or put that together. So I don't know if Surai knows she took Lulan captive for a moment and then let her go. If she's still captive, because that's a major fucking problem. But I've only heard Jinji say that Mao Mao's gone. So I'm assuming that that Shishui slash Lulan is back where they belong and probably raised the alarm. But I'm excited because this is exactly the shit that Jinchi was trying to do for Mao Mao. He's like, you need to know who I am so you can see threats coming and make connections that you wouldn't otherwise make. Like, do you understand that? And she's like, it was a frog. Oh, god damn it, bitch. But no, it's actually been hilarious. So I do think Lulan is officially body doubling. I think Mao Mao's on the fridge of figuring it out. Sarai now has Mao Mao, but I don't know what she wants from Mao Mao. She keeps saying, "I need you, but I want you." So it's real confusing over there. But it's right now. All I can say is Sarai is for sure, without a doubt, the most despicable in the whole wide world, and that's it. How you gonna say that he's his and then say comrade? She's ours. Her name's not Siwa Ray. Siwa Ray, who's that? And yes, she can peg you and you won't say anything about it. No. She's not pegging me. Sarah Ray? No, she's not. This shorty right here, she ain't pegging a goddamn thing but a kid in dodgeball. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Sweet Ray, I don't even care what her name is. She's despicable. I don't fuck with her like that. That's your girl, comrade. Now, Lulan, I might say our girl, comrade, out of respect for you, because technically you've been trying to put me on to her. But at the same time, I'm not giving you that. And the next award of the week, Best Plot Twist goes to Be Hero X. If you have not seen To Be Hero X, I'm going to give you 7 calendar seconds to shut this stream off, to mute this shit, to skip this last part, to do whatever fuck you need to do to get away from me before I ruin this shit for you. All right? 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yo, best plot twist of the week. My nigga Ling Ling, aka the Commoner, saves what he thinks is Moon, turns out to be a body double. Fast forward a couple days, he finds her teleporter. We see her, and she's on a deserted island. She's been trying to get off the deserted island. She legitimately went, she wished where she wanted to go. She stepped through, left a portal behind. She was stuck on this island, and she was probably on the verge of death within the next couple days. She was throwing messages out into the water, and they were all coming right back to her. She was actually stuck there. If Ling Ling did not show up here, I don't know how she would have got off. But then the unthinkable happens. He steps up, they have a couple chats. Next thing you know, she gets the Toji treatment. She gets the Rika. She gets her top blown off. She is now convertible. She got her head laid back. There's no way she's coming back from this. It is finito, over, donezo. Everything splattered against the wall. Her and JFK got the same splatter trajectory. Honestly, you put them next to each other, you would think they were fucking twins. That's how bad this was. It was actually atrocious. It was a shocking, jarring moment, especially because it came after they were just talking and giggling and just like, really connecting and thinking they're about to build something. And then she's just fucking gone. She's dead. Bullet to the head. This is my last resort. Gone, bro. And then the episode just ends. We get a pan to a nigga in like a green suit holding his wrist out, and the episode just ends. Now, I'm assuming that this is when Mr. Strand or Mr. whatever his name is from the media company said, we're sending people out to handle it. We saw Iron Fist pull up the God Eye, and we thought that was it. Nah, man. We had somebody else going out for goddamn Moon. Because they're like, yeah, we should have, and he's like, you're right, Miss Kim. You should have handled this right the first time. Now I'm going to handle it the right way. And she is gone. Now, like I said earlier, the question becomes, was the assassin able to find her because he went to her with her tool? Or was the assassin already trying to find her, locate her on the island, and he just happened to intercross with the assassin at that time? I don't know which one it is, but 2B Hero X legitimately said, fuck everything that you thought you knew and loved. We are dropping some shit on you. Now, again, we had already seen her dead in his bed before. And now we see that she's actually dead before him. Now, someone said, I don't know if it was Lee or if it was Dork, but they said, does he have premonition abilities? Is that something he already had? Is that something that's built in? Is that something new? I don't know which one it is, but I'm fucking here for it. Because that was insane. So now we have the fallout of him becoming a commoner. We have the fallout of the expose of what got exposed. The media company is gonna say, yeah, Moon's always been dead. We don't know what you're talking about. And yes, he used the fake. I thought it was dope that Evil Eye had the fake, or God Eye had a fake. I really thought he had the real deal because he had the God Eye. It just makes sense. But you stop and you don't realize, and it's like, damn, that sucks. But it is what it is. But yeah, 2B Hero X, absolutely one of the craziest plot twists. This craziest plot twist in the last 6 months, bro. Some people say Solo Leveling had some crazy plot twists. Not really. I seen that coming, bro. This was legitimately like, why'd she have to die? But it was foreshadowed. It was low key foreshadowed, and I just know what to do with it. Now there's other moments when I see Ling Ling or I see the commoner. If he sees something and it goes away, I'm just gonna assume that thing's gonna happen later, but not in a way that we expect. So it was fantastic, man. Absolutely fantastic. I've been preaching that Lulon Godzilla I return. No, me. I'm really tired to see this picture go away. Smart. You spoiled me, no warning. Dislike, you're full of shit. Okay, and the episode of the week is also 2B Hero X. You already know why. I actually don't have to elaborate on it anymore. It is legitimately 2B Hero X. That's it. Finito. Done. It's fire. Woo! That was a good episode of Sauce Maho Radio. Yeah, I think we covered a lot of good topics today. Just the tip was fantastic. We had a lot of fun with the power systems. Let me know which one you like. Awards of the week was lit as always. I do feel like this anime season, now that we've added Witch Watch to the rotation, I do feel like the anime season feels a little bit more balanced and has picked up. But I still feel like the season is lacking some bangers. It really is. I don't know if it's that we happen to pick the shows that not everybody is watching, or if right now there's certain shows that just not everybody's watching. I feel like I have my ears to the street pretty well, but I don't hear. I feel like people aren't talking about anything that we're not watching. I do think Gundam GQ is one to keep an eye on. I could see that blowing up soon. But as far as firepower goes for the season right now, it's kind of lacking. It's really kind of lacking. I was hoping Fire Force was gonna like come through strong and hold the beacon. They've not been disappointing, but they've lived up to mid, which isn't bad but good. Witch Watch has been a good surprise. 2B Hero X has been a wonderful surprise, but I feel like it doesn't get the recognition it deserves because it is a Chinese anime in Mandarin originally, and the community can't even agree what the right language to watch it in is. So it's a tough season right now. I do know that the summer is going to be absolutely stacked, but I feel like we kind of did a disservice this anime season by some shows not dropping better, or better shows not dropping, or more consistent shows. Devil May Cry dropped, but it was all at once, which was nice, but a little disappointing because now the binge is already over, and we're watching about 6 concurrent shows, but none of them seem to be quite, besides Witch Watch and To Be Hero X, everything seems to just be okay. Everything just seems to be okay. Lazarus has officially been dropped. Not because of the story itself, but because the community's not watching it. See, episode 1 did not do well. Episode 2 did not do well. Episode 3 never saw YouTube. It just was not doing good. And I think that the story of Lazarus could potentially be good. The art style looks cool, the animation looks cool, but I think it's leaning too much on the name of the author and just being a vibesy good time. I don't know if the community is going to talk about it. I hate to think that we have to wait for something to happen in Lazarus for people to believe, but I think this might be a symptom of a larger problem that I'm gonna call the Adult Swim dilemma, where Adult Swim, for a lot of us older people or older otakus, Adult Swim was what exposed us to anime. But right now, it seems like lately anything Adult Swim kind of puts its hands on has not been daijobu. It's not been very good. It's not been okay. So I do think there is a little bit of a stigma right now with Lazarus that people don't want to watch it. I also think it doesn't help that because I believe it's an original story that is done in English, I believe. Because it's an Adult Swim, I don't know if the original English is Japanese or English, but I feel like it premieres on Adult Swim, so I don't know. I don't know what to do with it. If we did drop it, community is not supporting it. They're not watching it. I don't think people are very interested. I think people hear Lazarus and Cowboy Bebop in the same, not in the same universe, but the same author. And a lot of people kind of like Cowboy Bebop. So it is what it is. So that's all it is for me. That's just my last thoughts. I appreciate you guys. You already know what the lick read. We're on live on Twitch on Catch Up King DN every Monday night for Sus Maho Radio. If you're watching this on Spotify or YouTube, please make sure you comment down below all the things I told you to. Leave your thoughts. If you want to be part of the show, make sure you join the Discord. That link is in the description. Please remember, if you see the sauce, share the sauce. Make sure everybody gets a taste. I'm gonna my Heineken DN. As always, never forget. Oh, if you see the sauce, share the sauce. I still don't even know how to end my own show. What is wrong with me, honestly?